"We believe we may go down to church, Mrs. Gentry, atone for our sins," says Cassie, conscious of the slight swell of her own belly. The woman's broad face breaks into a grin. "Well, honey, after last night I 'spect you better," she guffaws. "And maybe pray forward for a bit, too. Cover the next few nights just in case Grandpa there gets his engine cranked up again." The sanctuary of the church is cool, and, with the windows thrown open, breezy and flush with birdsong. Outside, clouds are gathering, and a patter of rain is pocketing the dust. There are perhaps 24 folks in the church that morning, including half a dozen sleepy children. The local chaplain has invited Lester Caldwell to pinch hit in the pulpit, and in honor of the previous spring's flood, Lester chooses to visit in the book of Genesis, chapters 6 through 9, the first and greatest flood of them all.
"Neighbors, friends," Lester begins, "I don't know that I'm up to the task. These late days, my eyes are too cloudy, my grip on things too shaky to visit with old Noah all by myself. So I'm going to invite Brother Godwin over there on the left, the local man, and Brother Robbins over here on the right. I'm going to invite them to talk along of me. I'm going to throw out some verses and perhaps a word or two, and then I'd favor for one of them to take up the thread and weave in his own thoughts about how this incredible story gets told. Between the three of us, we'll swim through to the end, to the recreation of man and beast."
The rain on the roof is steady now, and a deacon rises to pull the open windows halfway closed against the wet. Lester walks down from the pulpit and sits with his open Bible on the short stage in the front of the chapel.
"This here story comes not long after the Garden of Eden and our great fall from grace. Men and women have taken a liking to each other and set about multiplying."
Outside there is a rumble of thunder in the air, like a loaded wagon pulled over stones. Lester continues.
"Verse 4 even tells us that there were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, and they bore children to them, the same became mighty men which were of old, men of renown. Giants and men of renown. Sounds pretty fine, don't it? But there was a problem. God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. And the Lord was sorry he made man. The earth, his creation, grieved him."
And then after a pause,
"What say, Brother Godwin?"
"God wept." Godwin has a high, reedy voice and a definite lisp. What in the world made him become a minister, Cassie thinks to herself.
"God wept to see what he hath wrought,"
Godwin continues. Out of pity, he, Solomon, takes the reins.
"But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord."
This from memory.
"Noah was a just man and perfect in his generations, and Noah walked with God. He hath some sons too."
Godwin interrupts him.
"Shemth, Hamth, and Japheth."
The children now are awake, listening intently to their preacher Godwin, knowing full well that if he gets revved up and spitting, it will be more fun than the radio.
"That's right,"
the preacher agrees.
"Shem, Ham, and Japheth, along with their wives. But the rest of the earth was corrupt and full of violence, and God decides to destroy it all excepting Noah and his generations."
He, the preacher, nods at Lester Caldwell, who is obviously enjoying himself.
"Make thee an ark of gopher wood,"
Lester intones, his voice pushed as deep as it will go to signify God talking.
"Rooms shalt thou make in the ark, and shalt pitch it within and without with pitch."
"What's gopher wood?" a child's sleepy voice.
"Hush!"
the mother's whispered reply. "It's like dogwood, only gopher."
"The length is 300 cubits," Godwood again. "The breadth is 50 cubits, the height of it 30 cubits."
There is a giggle from the third pew, cut off by a mother's pinch. "And so there is a covenant," the preacher says, "between God and Noah,
like an agreement or a contract.